All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hanging Heavy podcast. If you're just tuning in, you just heard our new single, the Hanging Heavy theme.
Espérate, pinche Sammy the house.
Italy coming to the stage. same voice. Strip club voice and fucking radio DJ voice. Same voice.
That's true. It is the same voice.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hanging Heavy. As I just stated, I started. I thought it was a good idea to spice up the intro and finally make it to the caliber, at least to what I wanted it to sound like.
Yes, and it took 1 hour.
It took 1 hour to record that 15 to 20 second cut of music you just heard.
Yeah, it was 1 hour. Nice. It was 1 hour to record 5 layers.
$5 footlongs.
Mm-hmm.
Not a sponsor.
It's okay. We don't want to be sponsored by a pedophile restaurant.
They have the beef. Oh, wait, that's a different place.
Yeah, that's Arby's.
Got him.
But that should have been Jared's line.
He should have said that at the fucking the Supreme Court hearing or whatever he went to. I just wanted to show the kids that I have the meat.
No, he should have been arrogant about it. He should have been like, "Well, Judge, it's not my fault. I got the beef.
It's it's not my fault. I'm packing salami.
Yeah."
I got that Italian BMT.
The judge would have been like, "Well, you know what, Jared? You're right. It's not your fault. You were born that way."
Today Tuesday?
No, today's
$5
Friday.
footlongs?
Today's Friday, but we can still do $5 footlongs.
Not a sponsor.
Shit, we can do free footlongs.
I'll say, so also, if you haven't noticed, I'm such a rude host. I have a guest with me, and it's my lovely friend and
don't say lovely.
comrade, if you will.
Comrade.
CARHEART.
Comrade's cool. See? CARHEART.
You've heard the stories, and that was a little lick of his tasty fingers. Written by a total genius and performed by
a dumbass.
Hired gun, I guess.
The tone is
Don't
in the
worry,
fingers,
guys.
bro.
It's not the first time someone has been playing my music.
That's true.
Apparently, from what I'm told.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's what happens. That's what happens. Fuck.
Some of you in podcast land may not know this, but Nathan is a bit of a compositional genius. And unfortunately, though, he doesn't copyright his creative work, and so it tends to get stolen by other people.
I don't got the money.
If you, when you copyright stuff, if you send it to yourself, that's a way for you to copyright it to yourself. There's a way around it. I learned that from a Jew manager.
Oh, he's probably got all the secrets on all the trade secrets.
No, yeah, he does, dude. He showed me ways to fucking copyright yourself at pennies on the dollar.
Okay, so as I was telling you earlier, as I'm growing older and maturing with my thought process, I've come to realize that there's thoughts that I've had or continue to have that are they're not normal. And I mean normal in the sense like you're kind of fucked up if you're thinking these things. And you know what? I never said I was a fucking saint. You're fucking right, I'm fucked up. Aren't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I took some notes on this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read from the tablature that is Desecrator.
Read it.
Okay, so the other day I was thinking of torture. Not like particularly watching torture videos or tortured like remains, so to say, but like I was thinking of torture ways. I don't know if you know what the pair of anguish is.
The what? Oh, wait.
The pair of anguish.
That's a medieval torture device, right?
I'm not exactly sure when it was invented, but it's a fucking archaic torture device. Correct.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what the pair of anguish is, it's a pear-shaped object that usually contains 4 to 5 slits of metal in the shape of a pear, if you know what a pear looks like. I know it's 2018. A lot of people don't know what that looks like anymore.
Nobody eats fruit.
It usually comes cubed in a little plastic tray.
Everybody fucks fruit, but nobody eats fruit.
So yeah, the pear of anguish usually how it is described, it is made of 4 to 5 spoons with a crank on the top of it, usually where the stem would be. And you twist said crank, and the petals, so to say, or the spoons, or the slats, whatever you want to call it, they open up. They use this device, they would put it into the mouths of people they plan to torture, and they would slowly turn that crank. Eventually it would expand the jaw, breaking the jaw, or just enough to gag them, whatever, right? To keep them from eating whatever you want. I had the idea, what if someone were to get a pair of anguish to open up the anal canal or the vaginal canal of a man or woman, to then insert X-Acto knife blades into said opening, and then pushing them down a flight of stairs.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble partially, but gynecologists have a device that's very similar.
Yeah. But the pair of anguish, it's called the pair of anguish.
Yeah.
This is a fucking pussy opener.
The
I don't want
pussy
that.
slit.
I don't want to hear. Oh, I have a pussy opener. Well, I have a pair of anguish. What sounds cooler?
Pair of anguish.
Yeah.
You need to make a song called
Yeah,
Pair
they
of
have
Anguish.
pornos where people open up their butthole and they fucking eat Fruit of the Loops out of them.
They eat cereal with milk.
That's fucking disgusting. But the pair of anguish just sounds fucking terrifying. Well, yeah. Regardless, asshole.
So let me ask you.
I don't know why. Like, I just thought about it and I was like, what kind of damage would that inflict if someone were to do that?
Well, they would probably bleed to death.
And yeah, I just thought about it.
Yeah.
And I thought about it for later realizing maybe too long. Does that make me fucked up?
Well, I don't think it makes you
Like,
fucked up.
Nothing was on set for like nothing triggered this for I just popped in my head.
Yeah. So this is what I think it is, and I'll, like I'm speaking about this from what I feel is parallel personal experience. A lot of the times when we get these dark thoughts, it often stems from a buildup of anguish or frustration of sorts. We generally have these thoughts as a teenager, right? But that's because all teenagers are angsty and edgy and...
Well, I mean, they're also learning how the world works.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a big difference between the thoughts of teenagers and the thoughts of adults. And so when the thoughts of adults transfer over to this, I think the reason why this happens is because we are generally unhappy with our current situation. We're stressed about it.
Yeah.
And I think these fantasies occur as a way to try to help us cope, as fucked up as it sounds.
No, that makes sense. As to like take control.
Yeah, take control in the way.
Yeah.
And if it helps you, okay. And if it helps you, more power to you. Really. Especially if you're an artist, like you could compose music off of that, fucking make drawings off of it.
Okay, so aside from that, a couple days later, I had another interesting series of thoughts. Again, torture, but this time starting with the fingers. That already sounds bad, right? Chopping off first digit, then instantly cauterizing it so that you don't bleed. Then the next digit, then the whole finger, so on and so forth up the hand. After that, the palm to the wrist. After that, elbow, cauterize. And just keep doing this until the person either dies or to see how far you can get.
Mm-hmm. That would be an interesting test. I think.
Okay, so right there, that would be an interesting test. Not like, oh, okay. You furthered it by saying we should, that instantly that it should be tested, or I guess to see the brink of how far a human can go, either until they, I mean, if they pass out, obviously they're gonna pass out from shock. But like to see how far up the arm it would take for the person to either die,
yeah, I mean that's
or like
just
until they're completely dismembered.
that's sadistic curiosity. I mean, essentially, you're kind of doing what the Nazis did in the 40s. Like they performed crazy science experiments, essentially torture science experiments on
Torture in the name of science? For science?
on little Jews.
Lil Juice, the new SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, little Jews. What'll be your name as a SoundCloud rapper? I have a good name.
It couldn't be like all the fucking fat guy names are taken, like Big Boy.
Dude, that
That's
guy's
taken.
touring.
Fat Joe. I can't be Fat Joe.
Fat
Can't be
Nate.
fat anything.
Fat Nate.
Stop saying my name.
Or Big Nate.
Stop saying my name. I haven't said my name once in 20 episodes, dickhead.
No.
I'm gonna have to cut that out in post.
Big Desecrator.
Nah, Big D.
Big D. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good.
It's a double entendre, Lee. How juvenile. A big dick could get it.
I would call myself Lil Dick, and I would rap about having a small penis.
Lil Dicky?
Ah, shit. Do they already have that?
Lil Dicky's pretty popular.
Never mind. Lil Dicky, you ruined
He's a
it.
satirical rapper.
Is he?
But he's good.
Okay. I would rap about having like small dick game.
It's not about the size of the dick.
Yeah, like some
The
shit.
motion in the ocean.
Some stupid shit like that.
No, that's dubstep.
Well, that's a collaboration.
Yeah, that would be the Skrillex remix. It ain't the size of the boat, it's the motion in the ocean.
That could signify the motion.
Yeah, and the video is like a cartoon boat fucking being thrown. Like those 20 cartoons where the boat's being thrown by the waves that turn into hands and shit.
A cartoon boat that looks like a penis.
No, like the mast is a penis.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, fuck, that works.
That'd be pretty good.
You know what's pretty good?
What?
A rich and rip. Whoa there. All right.
So we were seeing a pretty hilarious Matt TV sketch about OJ, and it was pretty bad. Like it was bad, but it was fucking hilarious and brutal. I'm just thinking, what would Matt TV be like now?
They wouldn't be able to do that shit.
Of course they wouldn't, but I think what Mad TV would do is they would have the balls to get themselves kicked out of the air.
Yes.
I think they would.
I just want to add. So during the mid to late 90s, fucking Mad TV was better than SNL. Straight up.
Yeah, of course, dude. Mad TV has been better than SNL pretty much since almost its entire existence, except near the end of Mad TV's life.
Yeah, the very end was horrible, but fucking the early 90s Mad TV was fucking legit, but the early 90s SNL was pretty funny too. I'm not gonna take away from SNL. SNL had some good years.
SNL did have good years, and the reason why it had good years is because they had good comedians, and they didn't really care that much.
Well, yeah, there really was no social commentary at the time.
Yeah, there really wasn't.
So they were pretty wild and open to doing whatever they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, dude. Because this is before people turn into a bunch of bitches.
And, what's kind of interesting is speaking of people turning into bitches, like whenever somebody says something online, um,
The
peop
key.
people will get more outraged online that they will in person. Like in person, they will never really tell
It's
you
easy
anything.
to fucking freak out when you're anonymous.
Yeah, and I think that's crazy because this is what I think is happening with the internet. Like, obviously, there's political polarization, but the problem that ends up occurring is you end up building a different personality from your actual self, or maybe it's your real self
Mm,
online.
I don't necessarily say it's a different person. It's just a different side of you.
Yeah, a different side of you comes out, and it's
Like
not
you
necessarily good.
like you say, it could be the real you. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no filter. I mean, you could say the most outlandish shit online. It's anonymous. Who the fuck's gonna, unless somebody knows really what they're doing and how to look for you, you basically get away from it.
You could say, but you see, the thing is that it's so extreme. It's either you say the most outlandish shit, or you just get completely outraged at people that say this outlandish shit.
Well, I think in the world that we're living in right now, fucking everyone is so quick to play the victim card. Like we live in an outrage society, dude. It's,
And victimization, honestly, like I think it's really bizarre. Um, because when you choose to make yourself the victim, you choose to not take yourself into accountability.
yeah,
It's like it's everybody else's
it's
fault
somebody else's
but
fault,
my
not
own.
mine. Yeah.
And the problem with that is if it's everybody else's fault, you do not look inwardly, like into yourself, and realize, how am I fucking up? Like, what am I doing wrong?
Oh yeah, what am I doing wrong to cause somebody to direct this shit to me?
Yeah, or for me to be unhappy with my current situation. I'll give you an example. There's somebody in my Facebook group that I know, and this individual is all about socializing everything. He's very much against capitalism, just some against the general standards that the United States goes by.
Yeah.
He goes, why are poor people poor? Blah blah blah, and of course I feel bad.
It's kind of a loaded question though.
It is a loaded question, and I feel bad that poor people are poor. I mean, I'm poor myself, right? But I don't allow the fact that I'm poor to keep me from not wanting to get out of being poor. And I do this by being proactive and tackling things that will make me money or make me happy. Which what I need right now to not be poor is money and therefore happiness.
You know who says money can't buy happiness?
Who?
Rich people.
Yeah, they're just telling you that so you can stay
Yeah,
poor.
They say that because honestly, to be rich, it's got kind of gotta suck.
Yeah, it does. It does. Like you need to find the balance.
Well, besides the financial aspect, but like being able to get whatever you want whenever you want it, like that makes you a shitty person. You kind of lose grip of reality.
I mean, we're talking mega rich, right?
I mean, rich enough to fucking do whatever you want.
So pretty rich. Like you have to be pretty
I mean,
rich.
not like the 1%, but let's say the 3%, top 3.
That's still a lot of money, dude.
It's a lot of money, but I mean, it's a bigger net than the 1%.
So you see, this is all about how you're raised, though, man. Because, like, for example, I think a lot of entitlement comes from, for example, I really hate to bring this up, but it's a good example. Like the Kardashians.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, I know. They already came from a rich family, so therefore, like, they build their wealth on the riches of their family. They were already rich, and because they were rich,
They were all right. They weren't rich.
Dude,
They became rich.
dude,
No, they became filthy rich.
the dad defended O.J. Simpson.
He was
dude.
on. Yeah, he was on the trial team.
That's a lot of money.
He didn't get that much money from it because there was like 8 people.
So you have to analyze it as a snowball effect. he gained notoriety for
Well,
defending him.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so he gained a lot of clients.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, fuck, well, he's a lawyer in L.A.
Yeah, exactly. You can fucking charge top dollar for that. You
Well,
build
that
your
and-
wealth like that.
That and people are fucking up over there, dude.
Yeah, and people do fuck up over there. And so, for example, it's a combination of cultural cultural entitlement.
Yeah.
So because that's how you were raised, that's how you think you should be.
And that's how you think, the world works. Yeah.
And this is what I'm trying to get at is, for example, I personally am poor, but I'm trying to elevate myself at least to be moderately wealthy, to be able to help those that need the help and not be an entitled asshole.
Help me.
Yeah, see? There you go. That's what I want to do. I want to help those that I care for.
Yeah, so going on that, the way I see it, the way I was brought up, I wasn't brought up rich at all. Middle class, barely. But my father, who I respect a lot, taught me mostly everything I know about being a man. Also told me, like, money's important, but it's not the only thing.
Yeah, of course not.
Like, you've been around it. Like, whenever I get money and I have enough to share or to spend with everyone to have a good time, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you will. You do that.
There's really no point in saving, because the economy's gonna get fucked no matter what. So I mean, honestly, like, the average person doesn't save enough money to retire on.
Yeah, most people now.
So might as well fucking have fun while you got it, while it's there. I mean, I'm not saying fucking sell all your shit and fucking gamble on the tables in Vegas and lose everything and fuck your life up completely, but I mean, live a little.
Yeah, of course. And you should definitely live a little. And I suppose, like, where I'm coming from is from a more practical standpoint, is as you get older, you have to look at your future. And it's like, when you get older, do you want to be a burden on people, or are you going to choose to be your own fucking personal tragedy, where you're going to die in pain because you can't afford to be treated? And like, are you gonna die over something that could have been treated. But because you don't have the money, you're gonna end up suffering a tragedy along with your family? You know what I mean? I want to avoid that type of sadness to the people around me by obtaining enough money to be able to take care of myself as well as those that I love.
I totally agree with that.
And it's weird, man, because obtaining money, like, everybody sees all these fucking rich entrepreneurs.
That's another thing that I kind of despise about America, and which the reason why a lot of other countries hate is because we glorify these people.
Yeah.
Most of them are fucking pieces of shit. But because they're famous or rich, like, oh fuck, I want to be just like that asshole.
Personally, I don't necessarily think all of them are pieces of shit.
Well, I didn't say all of them, but come on, dude. A majority of them are.
And I don't glorify them. When I see a really rich person, my question to them is, what's their attitude like?
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet a rich person and just be like,
what makes you tick?
No, what makes you keep going?
Yeah.
Like, you have fucking everything. Like, what motivates you?
And generally, like, for example, Elon Musk, super rich people like that are super smart, and we are not super smart.
We're your average dumb yokel.
Yeah, we are. And so we have to be a little more ingenious, on a different level than these genius level type people. Like, we have to work around with our deficiencies.
Well, on that, at the same time, these people wouldn't thrive if it wasn't for people like us.
Mm-hmm.
They need the common man.
Of course, they need the common man, and
I think they need the common man more than the common man needs
the
fucking.
the technology, for example.
Well, not the technology. Technology is going to advance regardless.
Yeah.
But I mean, do we really need to be going to Mars right now?
No.
Do we really need to fucking start digging tunnels under California to have a super highway of fucking bullet trains or whatever?
We need to improve society in general.
Yeah, that's my point. So you said Elon Musk, and those are things that he's very well known for,
Mm-hmm.
with the Boring Company and SpaceX.
Yeah.
Is
No, you're right. Like he should, with all the money that he's making,
So-
he should be a bit more of a philanthropist.
yeah, he's using his money to play with toys
Yeah.
more than he's trying to use his money for good.
Yep.
And I understand he's fucking smart. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to have a fucking 400 IQ or whatever the fuck he has. But at the same time, I know what it's like to be human. When's the last time this guy suffered?
Well, in the
The fucking 25 million he had to pay the SECA or the SEC or whoever the fuck sued him for defamation and shit.
oh, they sued him because he manipulated the stock market. But you know what's fucked that speaks to his genius. He manipulated the stock market to have investors buy individual shares for $420, and he did this because he thought it would be funny, because he likes to smoke pot. So he's like, yeah, let's put the shares at 420.
No, he doesn't.
And so,
Have you seen him on the Joe Rogan podcast?
yeah, I have, yeah.
Dude, he looked at the blunt that they passed him like it was fucking alien technology. He was like,
Yeah, because he doesn't fucking hit blunts.
he sniffed it. Well, he's fucking too busy smoking robot dicks.
Yeah, like he's fucking hitting
He's fucking spraying vape clouds, bruh.
he's hitting volcanoes, dude.
Volcanoes.
Yeah.
Do you remember that guy Mike that used to have a fucking volcano?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish I hit that thing. I pussed out so much.
Did you not hit it?
No, I was too much of a pussy.
Oh, yeah, you should have hit it.
I mean, it's basically the same thing as a robot dick I have upstairs now.
It fucked me up when I hit it.
Those things are crazy.
This guy who was guitar player for the group that I was in with Mike, he hit it so hard. You remember how Mike's second floor, they had
That
stairs going
weird
down?
Stairs, yeah.
Yeah, with no railing.
Yeah, he took him off. Oh, idiot.
Yeah, that's stupid. He got so fucked up. What was his name? I think his name was Ellie. He got so...
Oh, yeah, that fucking weird dude.
Yeah.
Effeminate as fuck.
He got so fucked up that when he, like, after he took the hit, because we were outside, he goes inside and he's like, oh, fuck. Like, it hits him right the minute he goes inside
as
the
soon
room.
as he closed the door and shit, yeah.
And he just fucking loses his balance. He was going to fall into those stairs, and Mike just catches him by, like, the scruff of his shirt.
Yeah. By the collar and shit.
Yeah, and he just, like, pushes him back.
Yoink!
And that motherfucker would have ended up probably dead or with serious face injury.
He probably would have fucked his... he would have had at least a broken bone.
He would have fucking ended up...
But those stairs were carpeted, dude. The stairs were carpeted. Come on.
What? They were wood.
When I was there, it was still carpet.
Oh. I remember them as wood.
Well, he was renovating. That's the reason why the rail was gone.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wasn't in the band when Ellie was there. You miss Ellie?
Miss him.
The chick. Fuck the guy.
Oh, that one.
Oh, she's a crazy bitch.
I was the one that got away.
Ooh. Those are always the most rich and rare. So we took a little pee-pee break and we powdered our noses and we fucking bleached our assholes. And the biggest reason why I brought my esteemed colleague CARHEART with me on the show is because I wanted to not only celebrate his birthday a little early, but I'm also very proud of him because he's successfully achieved a milestone that very few people do. And he's a close friend of mine, and I just wanted to let him know that I'm proud of him.
Well, thank you.
I know no one's really going to listen to this fucking podcast, but, you know, fuck you. It's mostly for my peace of mind and my sanity.
Yeah.
And if you do listen to it, thanks a lot. I forgot to mention at the very beginning, if you want to listen to the podcast in a hassle-free environment, go ahead and download the Podbean app. You automatically get notified when I make any changes or upload a new episode.
When you do the you sound like an airline pilot.
From Rocco's Modern Life, we're gonna hit a little turbulence. And,
That's pretty awesome.
Fucking yeah. If you don't want to download some bullshit on your phone or tablet or whatever, go ahead and go to the website hangingheavy.podbean.com. And if yet again you don't want to do that and you happen to have the YouTube app on your computer and or smartphone or device, go ahead and open up that bitch and the search bar, type in Hanging Heavy Podcast, and we're going down. Yeah, so sorry for that quick sponsor break, and the sponsor being your boy Desecrator. My professional colleague now, I can say that because he is a professional. He's officially obtained his realtor license. Is that correct? Or
yeah.
So yeah, he's a big boy now. He can throw that dick around, and I have to listen to him now.
Yeah, I can swing it.
So yeah, I just wanted to fucking let you know that you're doing good shit. You're good shit, dude.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm a man of very few compliments, and I know we shit on each other all the time. But yeah, fucking good shit, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're a better man than me.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Thank
you. We're all our own masters.
We're gonna go into a mountain. Oh yeah, your dick is bigger than mine officially now. Mine's still fatter, but whatever. I can bang out them walls.
I can accept that.
Oh, you're gonna accept it.
You can take it, or I can take it from you.
So yeah, I guess going on that, like, do you feel any different now?
A little bit.
Do you feel like accomplished? Because it's not easy.
Yeah, I mean it's weird when you go through a milestone.
That's a good word for it, a milestone.
Because the fact of the matter is that you're never really done.
Yeah, never.
So after going through this milestone, you know, as getting my license as a real estate agent, now the next challenge is how do you obtain clients?
Yeah.
Then there's methods that I'm being taught.
I fuck all those methods. Fuck going by the book, dude. I fucking gave you the shit that'll fucking make you stand out in the market. No one will be like you. Rock and roll realtor.
That's true. Copyright it. You can't take it.
Fuck you guys. My idea. I want him to fucking show up in a leather suit, but like an actual suit, almost tuxedo styled, completely made out of leather, and underneath each arm, on the inseam of the sleeve, tassels. If you've ever seen one of the greatest frontmen in heavy metal history, Rob Halford, he's very famous for wearing leather jackets like this, but I want yours to look like a fucking tuxedo.
Steven Seagal wore tasseled leather
he
jackets.
He wore the Indian version.
Yeah.
It was the suede leather.
Uh-huh.
Not the same. A lot less cool. But yeah, I told him to show up with that and some fucking cowboy boots with the snake heads still on the toes, because those are fucking baller.
Or what about with scorpions, like with still the pincers on?
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You're going to get that shit stuck on... Well, I mean, you're going to get a snake head stuck on everything too, but...
Yeah, you will.
A snake head just looks cool. You're going to be like, so you want this house, huh? And just put your foot up on the table. Snake head.
That's true. It's a weird power move.
If they ask, just be like, oh, these boots... Oh, they're less about footwear and comfort and more symbolic. Well, by whatever do you mean by that? Let's just say I always strike for the kill. And carry a rattle
A little baby's
You
rattle.
carry a bunch of rattles, or like have henchmen just to go in the background. Hey, fuck it, dude. I'll do it.
You'll just be. They're gonna think you're that Native American.
They're gonna think I'm your like bodyguard and shit. And that looks even cooler too. A fucking realtor with a bodyguard. This guy must be important.
That's true.
That's a power move.
Think you got a good scheme going on there.
Hey, I got nothing but time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, rock and roll realtor. So when he goes in, he doesn't ask for keys like a bitch. Fucking kick that fucking front door in. Make sure you replace it with one of those cheap fucking hollow doors from fucking the hardware store that costs like $20. Don't even put fucking hardware on it. Just go in, boom, bitch, kick that shit in with them fucking rattlesnake boots.
I just put Velcro on it.
just tape it. Don't
Yeah.
even put hinges on it.
Mm-hmm.
They won't know.
They can't tell the difference.
And just be like, y'all want to buy this house? Rock and roll realtor.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. So fucking all jokes aside, like, how does how does that process work? Like, how do you find people? I mean, people want to buy fucking properties all the time, but like, how do you just fucking go to Home Depot like the Mexicans that wait out? "Oh, necesito trabajo." Do you just go and wait out? Hey, y'all want to buy a house?
See.
Y'all looking to buy a house?
So
Rock and roll realtor.
So there's a couple of methods. I mean, the quickest and easiest is to listen in on people, and also mention to those that you know that you are a realtor and say, hey, if you know anybody or if you're looking to buy a house, refer them over to me. I'll help you out, and also we know each other, so you can trust that I'll do right by you. Another method that you can do is you can look for houses that are in pre-foreclosure to obtain leads. And so this is a little risky, but essentially what you have to do is you have to go to the house and speak to the owner of the house and say, hey, your house is in pre-foreclosure. Would you like me to sell the house for you so you don't get foreclosed?
Yeah.
Because obviously if you get foreclosed, it's a whole world of shit.
Yeah, you fucking owe everyone money at that point.
Yeah. That's another method. A third method is you can look for expired listings in what's called the multiple listing system, the MLS, which
Major
is
League Soccer. Yeah.
MLS, which is a program made specifically for realtors where they can see what's up on the market.
Yeah, by Ronaldo
Yeah.
and Messi.
So those are really the three quickest ways to obtain clients.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never met a realtor, so I've never had to ask these questions.
Yeah.
These hard-hitting questions brought to you by Desecrea.
See.
So I was, I texted you earlier when I guess apparently you were driving, and I texted you, "Are you gonna come down after all?"
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't respond. So maybe 20 minutes later, I sent another text, simply saying "guy?" ? And you responded maybe 10 minutes after that. See.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So I replied to the "see" with, "Have you left yet?" And maybe 5-10 minutes goes by again. See. And at that point, I was like, okay, he's driving.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. I was driving. That's why I just responded
I was
quick.
gonna call, but I was like, nah, he's driving. I'm not gonna. He's a horrible driver. I'm not gonna interrupt his horrible driving.
Dude, going from fucking Austin to San Antonio is a fucking nightmare. Like, everything from A to S is full of traffic.
If anything could go wrong, it will go wrong there.
Yeah.
They're doing construction. I'm sure there was some accident along that 50, 60 miles of fucking road.
Mm-hmm.
How long is Austin from San Antonio? Texas, by the way, but I'm not gonna give away my location as to right now. You can go ahead and fucking geo guess my current position The latitude is fuck you.
So Austin to San Antonio is about 80 miles.
Okay. Yeah, nah, I was close. I said 60. Okay. Um. So yeah, you were telling me that you may have found a fish. You may have caught a little nibble on your bait already. Your first week in.
Yeah, and the thing is that when you get hired by a brokerage firm, you're gonna get helped by all the brokers and all the senior members there, because a good brokerage firm has the philosophy of, if you don't make money, we don't make money.
Well, they don't. No.
Yeah,
It's not a philosophy. That's facts.
yeah, exactly. So they want to help you out.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
They're not all fucking Shark Tank or fucking every man for himself and shit.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. Like, everyone there
So-
works as a team.
So Susan is there getting numbers, and she's putting her ear to the ground to listen for footsteps.
Well, in the firm that I work with, everybody has a mentor, and the mentor, like for new
For new people, yeah.
for new people, everybody has a mentor, which is a senior
Oh,
a senior member that already knows everything to show you the
knows
ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they'll go with you with your initial
On your
clients
first, yeah, okay.
to just show you how they speak, how they
The
negotiate.
Lingo, yeah, the lingo and yeah.
Show you how they negotiate because
The art of the sale.
I passed the state and national exams.
Yeah,
but
taking tests is one thing, but fucking
being there.
Yeah, doing it. Yeah, it fucking being a salesperson. Some people are born with it. Some people are born with the gift of gab. Like some people are born to speak. Like I feel like I'm one of those people, but I guess because my background because I'm a writer. I like writing, so like I know my way around words.
Mhm.
I know this podcast, I sound like a dumb, ignorant fucking asshole. And you know what? It sucks sounding smart. It's hard work, man. But whenever I go to job interviews, whenever I have to fucking talk to people to fix my shit, whenever I have to fucking negotiate contracts or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. The deep voice comes out. I mean,
Yeah, you get a deep voice.
I personally don't have a deep voice.
Yeah, but like you make
the
a deep.
man voice.
Yeah.
The business side of me comes out, and you need it. It's basically cut the bullshit voice.
You know what, the lead broker, like the owner of the brokerage firm. When I started there, the first thing that they did is they gave me a personality test, like a psychological personality test to see where I fit.
Yeah.
And I mean, he told me something very encouraging. This is why I like the firm too. Is after he told me the personality, like after I did the test, he said, you know, based on this, I'll tell you right now, you are going to be a terrible salesperson. You're going to be a shitty salesman.
Well, let me ask you before you continue. Were you completely honest on this test?
No, I
No one
hesitated a
ever
little
is.
bit. Yeah.
No one ever. Whenever you take a test, whenever you do an interview, you're lying.
I was trying to be honest, but I thought about some of the questions too much, and he
Yeah,
told me, he
that
goes, don't think
happens.
about it.
That
Just
happens.
do it by impulse.
Yeah. That's usually how I do shit.
And so after he told me that, like real quickly, I'm like, well, thanks.
Nothing ever works out.
But then he told me, he goes, but you're going to be an excellent, what is it called? It's not a counselor. It's,
The guy that handles all the shit work. You're good. You're gonna be a good janitor here.
no, it's not the, fuck man, what's that word called? Consultant. He says,
Oh, that's good.
you're gonna be you're not gonna be a good salesman, but you're
the
gonna be
middleman.
you're gonna be a great consultant. I can already tell. And this is the thing, is that a consultant is essentially the same thing as a salesman.
No, you know what a consultant is? Me owning a business, I was a consultant. A consultant is, in essence, an expert or someone that has expertise into a certain field. And whenever a question or a series of events were to arise, they come to you. They consult your wise wisdom. What do you think we should do? What would be your correction to said escalated event or whatever?
Well, how is that any different from when people are trying to buy a house? They're asking me, like, what do you
A
think?
salesperson, dude, salespeople, a good salesperson, you know right away, like, this guy's talked to me for 5 minutes. I already know I'm going to buy the fucking thing, but, like, the interaction with this guy's like, fuck, I don't know how to describe it.
It's a pizzazz.
Has someone ever fucking, like, you went somewhere and you had no mindset or no intentions of buying anything?
Yeah,
you
they
leave the
sell
pla-
you.
It takes charisma.
Mm-hmm.
You know who probably was one of the greatest salespersons in history?
Gene Simmons?
Fuck him.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
It's gonna sound like I'm an asshole, but Hitler.
Yeah, he was. Because he had passion behind what he said.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, when people care about what they're fucking doing, it shows. And when it shows that you're taking the time to understand what you're doing or selling, whatever it is, when you have the knowledge of what you're selling, if someone were to come with a question, boom, you have the answer right away. If you don't have the answer, I don't know, but let me find out for you real quick. That's always... I've worked in retail for the majority of my professional career. And the last job that I had taught me a lot about customer interaction. And I learned a lot. I became a better salesman from my last job. The company went out of business, by the way. But going forward, I know what drives people to go back to places. It's about connection.
Yeah, you
That's
build
like
those relationships.
That's like, yeah. If you're good at building relationships or a good rapport with people, you could sell them dog shit.
So, here's where I'm trying to change.
A consultant is more about the numbers. Like they're
like,
more
what
about,
should I do? Why should I do it?
yeah, they're more about the...
The facts.
Yeah, I don't want to say they're more imperial.
Mm-hmm. So, I feel like I've had a hard time with people. Like,
people are hard to fucking deal with.
yeah, like,
But facts are not.
and so from the professional context point of view, like, I feel like I have a hard time building relationships with people because in the past, when I've been at a job, to me this job does not mean anything.
Yeah, that's...
So how can I be passionate about building relationships with people when I'm not passionate
when
about
I
my
could
job?
give a fuck about it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And those are the people that set themselves up for failure.
Yeah, so now that I have a job that I care for, it's my duty
To keep it.
to keep it. Yes.
The one thing that I think motivates most good salespeople, there's more than one salesperson. There's always going to be a guy with a better pitch, a better spiel, fuck, even more charisma, a better looking, whatever fucking it takes to sell something. But I guess it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's not courage, but like you have to ooze swagger. Like you have to be confident. That's the word I'm looking for.
And I suppose my method is, I don't want to do that so much as I want to do right by you.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I want you to interact with me and ask me the tough questions that you need answered, and I can give them to you.
Yeah.
And I give them to you with a degree of honesty and integrity that you believe me.
Yeah.
So that's consultant, but at the same time, I'm still selling you something.
Yeah. Well, you're giving them reassurance. That's what you're selling.
Yeah, I'm selling reassurance. That's right.
And that's just as hard. I mean, that if you think about it, that's like being a fucking insurance salesman. they're not needed at all. Everyone's gonna need insurance for fucking something or other.
Mm-hmm.
So there's literally no need for an insurance rep or a salesperson, whatever. But there's still people that do that.
Yeah.
And like I said, it goes back to building relationships, rapport. Communication skills are very, very fucking necessary to be a good salesperson.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to work good under pressure.
You have to know the product too.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. That's, like I said, the last thing from the last place that I worked. That's the biggest thing that it taught me. And they gave us an incentive, like you learn about the product, and like through the system that they use to teach you about the product, you earn discounts from that company. So let's say you want to fucking learn about guns. You take a fucking quiz about Beretta. Not a sponsor. Great gun manufacturer though. So you take this test and they tell you about fucking their shotguns, their handguns. And they teach you about the history of the company, the systems in the guns themselves. And you're learning about it. But when you're done with all of that, you have the insight to what makes these products superior to High Point. I would not take you as a sponsor. And when you're done with all of that, like you have to take a quiz and you have to be certified, right? So when you become a certified expert, as they said in this system, you earn the benefit of getting or buying certain products from them at a highly reduced price. So like, let's say the gun was $600 per. You took the test, you took the 30 minutes that it takes to learn about that shit. I mean, even if you cheat and write the answers down on a fucking piece of paper, even going that far, like some of that knowledge sticks into your head. So with that, like they incentivize you to the point to where like, oh, you took the test, you became an expert, now you're qualified to buy this gun for $200 off.
Mm-hmm.
So a $600 gun will cost you $400 because you took the time to learn about our product to sell it for us.
Yeah.
You're making us money, so we're gonna take off a chunk of change for you because you're gonna sell 2 or 3 of these for us.
Mm-hmm.
What's the damage that one took?
Peanuts.
Yeah, it's the bigger picture.
And I mean, the reason why I want to get good at this is because a lot of people, I mean, I hate saying this because I feel like I sound like an asshole, but the common people have a really hard misconceptions about real estate. And for example, people ask me for hard numbers right away, and it's like, okay, well, how much is this house gonna cost? And I can't give you an answer without performing my due diligence and doing research.
Yeah.
When you ask me a question like that, that's a layered question. Like, I need to give you an accurate answer.
Yeah, if you want me to give you the best answer, I need some time to get that answer.
And I can't bullshit you.
And that's like where being a salesman, like, oh, well, like how much fucking whatever. Like when somebody questions you about something and you don't know the answer, you don't say, oh, well, I don't know. It's probably, you sound like an asshole when you say stuff like that. But if you say, I don't know, let me find that out for you.
Mm-hmm.
It reassures them that you're trying to do the best job to find out the information that they want.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I tell them. I'm like, let me do a little bit of research, and then I can give you real numbers.
Like I've never sold a house before, but I mean, I think the thing that I would want to hear is like, well, let me compare it to other houses that are similar in this market.
Yeah, that's the first thing you do.
Yeah, that alone would be like, oh yeah, that's actually pretty smart. Yeah, you should fucking do that, guy. What the fuck am I paying you for?
Mm-hmm.
And if they ever get snarky and say that shit, be like, you're not paying me, bitch.
Yeah, you're not even under contract yet. Yeah.
Your broke ass can't even afford this house. Yeah, so I think I want to have a two-part for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it good for this. My good friend here, Carhartt, he's a professional working man now, and he's not a hooker anymore.
Unfortunately.
I mean, you're letting God's gifted talent go to waste.
Those skills will never go away, though.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this episode, and hopefully we can keep recording and get a second episode for you guys. Maybe the next episode won't be about this fucking conceited asshole.
Yeah, we could speak in
And
general
then,
terms.
then we'll talk about my friend Carhartt. Anyway, go ahead and download the Podbean app. Check us out on YouTube if you don't want to do that, or go to the website hangingheavy.podbean.com. As always, I'm Desecrator.
And I am Carhartt.
Much love and rich and rare.